she said, if you want to forgive somebody, pray for their success, pray for your enemy's success and happiness for 30 days. And Oprah was like, what? I can't. How can I pray for my enemy's success and happiness for 30 days? So what struck me about it was when we do forgiveness practice, we are doing forgiveness practice for ourselves, right? We're asking everybody and everyone that we've ever hurt or harmed connected to our pain, connected to our back, connected to our eyes, whatever it is, right? We're doing forgiveness practice for ourselves. And then, of course, we offer forgiveness as part of that as well. But our goal is to heal ourselves, which is one side of the equation, right? We really have to offer the forgiveness sincerely from our heart to the people that have harmed us, even if we don't know who they are. In some cases, we do have somebody that we've fallen out with or that we're angry with. Most often it's a family member or a loved one, close friend. And to pray for their forgiveness for 30 days was just, which was just a profound notion to me to go. It was like a light bulb when I'm like, duh, of course, right? So I'm going to invite all of you to pick somebody tonight, actually a person that you know that you've had ongoing blockages with in this lifetime, and pray for them, pray for their happiness and their success for 30 days. All right, you don't have to do it, but I just want you to try it and see what happens, right? Because here's the thing, the law of cause and effect is whatever we put out, we get back. So what do you think happens if we pray for our enemy's success and happiness? It's just going to boomerang right back to us. And that's the whole idea behind forgiveness practice, is that we give forgiveness and we get forgiveness. And so it's just a deeper way to go into forgiveness, to be more specific about it. Anybody have any comments on that? Feel free to tell me your initial thought.
Well, I remember.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sandra, and then Janice.
I remember her talking about that at church when she said stuff like that, Marianne.
Yeah.
What I was going to ask was, could it be somebody who's already transitioned?
Of course.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Because now I know who I'm going to do.
Yeah, of course.
Who I never have done before.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okie doke.
Good. Janice?
And I was just going to say, I have done this with several different people, and I may not have noticed a difference in my relationship with them, but I felt better about the whole thing, the relationship. So I kind of like stopped being reactive to whatever they would do or say. So it really helped me.
Awesome. Okay, so maybe pick a different person if you're feeling at peace with that particular relationship or situation. So, and I know some of you have, some major things that have happened to you, that it might not be so easy to just say, well, I'm going to pray for their success and happiness. But remember, you're doing it on a spiritual level. You're doing it on an energetic level. You're not saying that what they did was okay or that the hurt or harm they caused was okay, but you're rising above it and you're going to take the high road, right? With saying, okay, because here's the thing about, this is another thing I learned today. I'm in these powerful retreats with Master Sha every Monday for the Heart Sutra. Everything that happens in this life is from something that happened before. It's the whole cause and effect, right? It's the whole cause and effect law. It's a universal law. Every church talks about it. Every religion talks about it. It's not a Master Sha concept. It's a universal principle. The churches talk about it in the Golden Rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's the law of cause and effect. It's whatever you put out comes back. So whatever's happening, good or bad, is a cause of something that's happened before, or is the effect of something that happened before. So it's kind of interesting. Master Humana really went into the quantum physics, scientific explanation That pain is energy, and energy goes between the spaces in our body, right? It goes in between the cells of the spaces in our body. So cells contract and expand. That's how our body works. When we breathe, our cells are contracting and expanding. And when they contract, they turn into matter, blood, tissue. And when they expand, they turn into energy. So our cells are constantly contracting and expanding, converting to energy, matter, energy, matter, energy, matter, back and forth. That's how our bodies work. That's why we have an energetic field, right? So with the anger is a negative information. So, and anger is also the fire element. So it's fire, right? It's yang energy. So that fire is intense energy in the body, right? It's fire energy in the body. And so energy and matter are what? The carriers of the information. So when you have this negative information of anger, for example, because we were talking about anger on the weekend, that's what's going into your cells. That's what's contracting and expanding and contracting and expanding, right? That's why we want to change that message. You know, that message of grief, that message of fear, whatever those messages are, they're energetically held in our body, right? So worry, grief, fear, it's all the same. And it blocks the pathway for positive energy and matter. And the longer that you're angry or sad or worried, the more chronic it becomes. And that's how chronic conditions are created in our body. Things like cancer. Cancer is anger, unresolved. I've always known that cancer, on a spiritual level, you had to do forgiveness, but I didn't really understand the root cause of it was because that energy is expanding and contracting in the cells and making it chronic, turning it to a negative information, right? So it becomes chronic. And sickness, and I don't know if I've ever said this before, but 85% of sickness in the body is too much energy in the body. And 15% is not enough energy. And 15% is more for like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and those kinds of conditions. But 85% is too much energy. So that's why we have to balance the energy in our body and get it as positive as we can. So that's kind of the scientific explanation. We're coming at it from all four bodies: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. But this information this energy that's going from matter to energy and matter to energy for a long period of time in our body, it begins to affect the stomach. That's where it starts. It starts on the stomach level. So, if you're angry or you're upset, what happens? Your stomach goes in knots, right? So that's what it affects first, is the stomach. So what we have to do as people that are healing ourselves and people that are spiritually awake, right, and on a higher consciousness level, because that's why you're here or you wouldn't be here, is to recognize that we're having a response, a negative response in our body, and we have to pay attention to how we're responding. So, myself, I'm constantly catching myself. What message am I giving myself? What am I speaking? What am I saying? And I don't always do a good job. I get upset and I say things I shouldn't say, but I do notice that I do them less and less and less. Or even more importantly, I catch myself saying them in the moment. So when you catch yourself giving yourself a negative message, or somebody else a negative message, the trick is to say, cancel that, right? You're putting it out into the universe, cancel that, or say sorry, and choose something different. So that's how you prevent the negative messages from continuing to go into your cells and expand and contract and expand and contract. I'm just going to check my phone because it's going off, and I might be Helen. She often texts. Oh, well, this is interesting. My first great granddaughter was just born. That's the message I got. My oldest daughter's in Michigan, and my my grandson just had his second child, a little girl. I don't know her name yet. Okay. Anyway, interesting. Yeah, cool. Now I'm a great grandmother times 2.
Yeah.
for those of you that didn't know. Okay, so here's the other thing is that we always talk about love is the greatest vibration, and love transforms all life and removes all blockages. Well, love cannot be present when there's anger or worry or fear. It can't be present. The two can't exist at the same time. So when you know that you're angry or you're upset or you're worried or stressed or whatever it is, you know that love isn't present. So then you can just return to love and say, oh, I'm not feeling love. So let's focus on that and just chant da I, greatest love, greatest love. It's actually all the 10 Da qualities that can help us transform those negative messages. Thanks, Crystal. So the 10 Da qualities, if I haven't gone over those before, are the 10 greatest qualities that we can aspire to as a human being. They're the 10 qualities that Jesus had, and that Mother Mary had, and that Mother Teresa had, and that Gandhi had, and that all the great leaders of the world, you know, that changed the world with love have. The Dalai Lama, Master Sha embodies these qualities. So you can count on one hand how many there are. There's not hundreds that have all 10 Da qualities, but their greatest love, which melts all blockages, greatest forgiveness, which brings inner peace and inner joy, greatest compassion. So that's the compassion of Mother Teresa in Kuan Yin, unconditional compassion. Greatest light, which we talk about a lot here. Those are the 4 foundational qualities that we use for our practices that Master Sha really uses a lot and talks about. And then the next 6, he just introduced those in the last couple of years. It was always the first 4 ever since I've known him that we focused on. But he since has added all 10. And so the next one is greatest harmony, greatest humility, greatest flourishing. Greatest flourishing is flourishing in all aspects of your life, not just money, but flourishing with success, with relationships, with your health, right? It's flourishing in all areas of your life, money included. Greatest gratitude, greatest service, and greatest enlightenment. Those are the 10 greatest qualities that we can aspire to. I'm not going to say that we have. Everybody has them, but are you living them? Are they, you know, are they in everything you do, say, act, speak, right? That's the goal. That's what Master Sha teaches us, to be a living Buddha, to be a living saint, to be a, you know, somebody that's out there doing service in the world. You have to come from those 10 Da qualities. You know, that's the idea. So while I'm talking about that, Master Sha is going to do a retreat in March called the 10 Da qualities. So I don't think the emails come out yet. They just started talking about it this weekend. But if you want to do it, it's open to the public. And I think it's the first time he's ever done a 10 Da retreat. Master Sha has several retreats going on for the month of March, but that's one that I definitely have my eye on. And I know somebody else mentioned it as well. Okay, so the 10 greatest quality retreat is March 21st through the 27th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you want to make a note of that. I'm sure you'll get an email about it, but that's what he's going to be focusing on are those 10 qualities. So it's going to be off the charts, I'm sure. So here's the formula that Master Humana gave us on the weekend, a formula for forgiveness, which was interesting. Because I've done a lot of forgiveness work, and, you know, I've been doing this work for 10 years, but I've never had a formula before, like Master Humana laid it out. So here's what she said. There's 6 steps to the formula. You can write them down if you want. They'll be recorded here as well. And the very first step, which is kind of like along the same lines of pray for your enemy's success and happiness. The very first step is gratitude. Gratitude for whatever it is that's challenging you. If we can come from a response of gratitude, believe it or not, it transforms 10 times faster than if we resist against it, if we lament and say, why me? And why is this happening? And, you know, your response has to be, okay, thank you for this, because remember, it's cause and effect. So whatever reason this is coming to you for, there's a purpose, there's a lesson, and there's an opportunity to transform it. So that's why the gratitude is so important, is to come from that place of gratitude to be able to transform it. Because what you can't see, you can't heal. What you're not aware of, you can't heal, right? You guys have all heard this before. So the fact that it's up for healing is means you have the opportunity to transform it. So that's where your gratitude comes in. You know, does that make sense? Any questions on that? Is this making sense to anybody, or am I just talking? We're going to get to doing it here in a couple of minutes. I just wanted to give you this formula. Okay, the second one is the forgiveness. And the forgiveness has to be sincerely from my heart. You have to really sincerely forgive. So that's what I was talking about earlier, about saying, well, if I'm just forgiving so that I can get better, that's not really the whole piece of the puzzle, right? That's just a one-sided coin. And I really need to come from both sides, right? To really sincerely offer my forgiveness, as well as sincerely ask for it. So we're going to do that next. And then the third step in the formula was the 10 DAW, the 10 greatest qualities, right? So, and I just talked about those. The fourth is to chant, right? To really, because a lot of, I've told this story before, and I always remember it, is that most people just say, "Dear God, I'm sorry," or "Dear so-and-so, I'm sorry." And that's it, and we say that, "Hey, I forgive you, please forgive me." But you have to breathe life into it, right? That's what I call it. You breathe life into it. You got to put some energy into it. And that's the chanting. That's the tracing of the calligraphy. That's the chanting of the calligraphy when we chant, I forgive you, you forgive me, bring love, peace, and harmony. So the more that you chant, the more that you say the invocation over and over again, the more life you put into the forgiveness practice. The Hopi Indians used to say, I remember this story, and I'm not going to do it verbatim, but they always used to laugh at us. And so do the Asian people laugh at us, because we say, "Dear God, give me this, give me that, help so-and-so, amen." And that's how we pray. I mean, I'm being a little facetious about it, but you know what I'm saying is that we just speak it out loud, and then it's 5 minutes or less and we move on. The Hopi Indians and the Asian people, they go to the temple all day to pray. They bring their food and they bring their water, and they sit in prayer for 8 hours. They breathe life into their prayers. And so that's why I say we have to breathe life into our prayers. We can't just speak it in the universe. We have to put the energy behind it in order to manifest it, if that makes sense. So, and I'm paraphrasing, but that's my understanding of it, is to chant as much as you can. I've got written down here 24/7. You can chant 24/7. And then the fifth step is to serve. Okay, and we've talked about this before. We say it when we do our forgiveness practice. We say, "I forgive you, please forgive me. I know that to say I'm sorry is not enough. I must serve unconditionally." To serve is to make others healthier and happier. That doesn't mean that you got to move to India and help the poor. That doesn't mean you have to uproot your life. That means that you help whoever you meet, wherever you are. If you can uplift somebody, if you can open a door for somebody, if you smile at somebody. It was funny. Steve posted a song. He posts songs all the time, but he posted an uplifting song. What was it about? It was about a father and a daughter. And he had so many responses on Facebook that it touched so many people who have that kind of a relationship. And he didn't do it with the intention of helping anybody, but just by doing something uplifting, helped somebody, made somebody, say, "Man, I really needed to hear that today." That's the kind of things that I'm talking about, is putting your positive messages out there. And also helping other people as well, because when we benefit other people first, guess what happens? It's that law of cause and effect. If we sit here by ourselves trying to do our healing by ourselves and trying to do our forgiveness by ourselves because we're just worried about us and us feeling better, we're going to get very limited results compared to being together in a group like this and doing a group practice and helping each other and lifting each other up and sharing what you know and what you've learned with somebody else who's suffering. Like, when you refer somebody, right, to me or anybody else, you're helping that person as well. So you're benefiting others. So keep that in mind, because service is huge. Service is huge on the spiritual journey, and I'm just finding out that it's huge on the healing journey as well. So it's the fifth step in the formula. And then the sixth step and final step is, guess what? Back to gratitude. Back to gratitude for the outcome. Whatever it is, be grateful for the outcome. So that just is I wanted to share that with you so that we can go a little deeper into our forgiveness practice, with that formula. And if anybody has anything to share before we start, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. Does it make sense? Somebody say something.
It makes sense to me.
Okay, good. You're still with me. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I've learned this, so
Yeah.
it all
Yeah.
makes sense, but
Just
it's
maybe.
always good to remember it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really had the formula like that before, so I thought
Oh,
it was powerful.
yeah, the way she laid it out like that makes it easier for people who are not used to doing a forgiveness practice.
Yeah. And does it feel doable?
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Except, the 10 things, I gotta read those.
Yeah, the 10 qualities. Yeah. Janice, you're unmuted.
Well, so I was going to say, maybe 10 or more years ago, I was taught a different way to pray, and that instead of asking for something, to share gratitude as if it's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that made a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
Affirmative prayer of like in unity.
yeah, like the law of attraction too, right? Put out
Yeah.
there what you want as if it already has occurred.
Right.
Yeah, like suddenly I am healed is a beautiful mantra to use. Suddenly I am healed. You just keep saying, suddenly I am healed. You're claiming that from the universe. You're claiming that your healing has already happened, right? I think I shared that with one of you. Just keep saying, suddenly I am healed, especially if you're feeling like, you're not healed and you're in pain, and, because it'll shift the vibration in your field. That's the whole point, is to shift the vibration in your field. The other thing she said that I wanted to share with you before we actually get started is, she said it's really important to know that the blockages are coming up because you have the tools to transform them, right? Being here together in this field and doing these practices are giving you the tools to transform them. So don't think you're being punished. A lot of people, when something bad happens to them, think they're being punished, or, they have some kind of pain or something happens. You feel like you're being punished. You're not. You have the opportunity to transform. That's why it's coming up. So that's a good thing to know as well, I think. I think it's important to know that. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to do our forgiveness practice. I want to go a little deeper with our forgiveness practice tonight, and then we're going to trace the 10 Da calligraphy, or the first of the 10 Da calligraphies, which is Greatest Love. I have it up on my screen. We're going to trace it for a good 15 minutes. You can do it sitting down, you can do it standing up. If you're laying down because you're not feeling well, then just chant silently. When you're laying down, don't chant out loud because it'll dissipate your energy. So just chant silently and just be in the field. And you can sit down and stand up and take turns, up and down if you're tired. So, but we're gonna do the forgiveness, the tracing of the Da calligraphy for a good part of the rest of our hour. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one hand over your belly, over your navel, because that connects you to your ancestors, right? And we're asking our ancestors to forgive, and we're asking for forgiveness on behalf of our ancestors. So we put our hand over our belly when we do the invocation. That connects us to our ancestors. And then I want you to put the other hand over your heart, okay? Because your heart is where everything is, felt and comes in. Okay, so let's take a couple of deep breaths into our belly. Just when you breathe in, just let your belly expand. Don't force it or push it. Just let it fill up. And then exhale when it contracts. One more. Exhale. Visualize a cord of white light coming from our crown up to heaven to connect us to heaven, down through our spinal cord into Mother Earth, so that we're grounded to Mother Earth and connected to heaven, Father Sky. And you can repeat after me. Dear everyone and everything that me or my ancestors have ever hurt or harmed in this lifetime or our past lifetimes, connected to, and you choose the area or relationship, I deeply and sincerely apologize for all the hurt and harm that we caused, connected to. And I understand further and deeper that just to say I am sorry and ask for forgiveness does not erase the hurt and harm that was done. And I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for this understanding. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to transform this. Grateful for the opportunity to offer forgiveness and ask for forgiveness, for this spiritual understanding. I thank all the souls that have been able to forgive me and my ancestors up until now. Very grateful for your forgiveness. Thank you. And I understand those that cannot forgive now have been hurt and harmed too greatly to forgive so easily, and that I must do my best to not make the same mistakes again, and to serve to make others healthier and happier in whatever ways I can. I offer my unconditional forgiveness to everyone and everything that have ever hurt or harmed me in this lifetime or in my past lifetimes, connected to. I truly offer you my unconditional forgiveness from the bottom of my heart. I truly want to dissolve the negative information between us so that we can go free and move forward in our soul journeys. I ask my ancestors to please forgive everyone and everything that ever hurt or harmed them in this lifetime and in all of their past lifetimes, connected to. I forgive you, you forgive me, to bring love, peace, and harmony. And I forgive myself for all the mistakes that I've made in this lifetime and in past lifetimes, connected to, and for creating negative information in myself and for causing it in others. I forgive myself and I release it now. And I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. And we say hello to the sacred calligraphy of Da'ai, greatest love, and to the Tao calligraphy field. We ask that you bless and boost our forgiveness practice. Help us to transform this negative information to positive information that we've requested for our specific request, and to bring the Tao frequency and vibration into our field as we trace, and also to bring it into all the souls that we've asked for forgiveness from and that we've offered forgiveness to. We invite all their souls to join us now to do this tracing as appropriate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to share my screen with the .I calligraphy, and we're going to begin. So everybody see that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're welcome to stand up and trace it now. You can trace it with your 5 fingers if you're sitting down. This represents your 5 elements. You just follow the black sacred path, or you can stand up, which is the most powerful way to trace, and move your belly like it's a ball of golden light. Move your abdomen around the lines. So it's kind of a fun way to trace. But that brings that calligraphy, that brings the Tao frequency right into your abdomen, which is where you want it to come. So you just put your hands in a ball in front of your abdomen, and then you just move it. So you're gonna bend when the line goes down, and you're gonna just move that ball around the calligraphy like this. So it's kind of a fun little exercise as well. So we'll begin. Da I 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 da I. Great is love. 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 Da I 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 da I. Great is love. 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 Da I 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 da I. Great is love. 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 Tenda, 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 tenda. Great is love. Great is forgiveness. Great is compassion. Great is light. Great is humility. greatest harmony, greatest flourishing, greatest gratitude, greatest service, greatest enlightenment. Tenda, 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 tenda. Greatest love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, greatest flourishing, greatest gratitude, greatest service, greatest enlightenment. Tenda, 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 tenda. Greatest love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, greatest gratitude, greatest flourishing, greatest service, greatest enlightenment. Love melts all blockages. 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 Love transforms all life. 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 Forgiveness brings inner peace. Forgiveness brings inner joy. Forgiveness brings inner peace. Forgiveness brings inner joy. Forgiveness brings inner peace and joy. Tenda, 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 tenda. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Tenda, 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 silently for a moment and just trace slowly. That allows the frequency to come in. And change the tempo a little bit to love, peace, and harmony. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. Let's turn on all of our treasures, all of our love, peace, and harmony, golden light balls, all of our Tao treasures. We love you, honor you, appreciate you. Please turn on, boost our forgiveness practice. Please turn on to shine our light on all of those that are in our forgiveness practice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share our treasures amongst each other. Dear all of my love, peace, and harmony treasures. Tao Messenger, Tao Ambassador, Tao Advocate, Love, Peace, and Harmony treasures. Please subdivide and go out to all of those on the line. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please bless all of those in the forgiveness practice as appropriate. Okay. Tenda, 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 tenda. Tenda, 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 tenda. Silently for a moment. That goes into the small spaces and cells of our body. Great is love, great is forgiveness, great is compassion, great is love, great is forgiveness, great is compassion, great is light, great is humility, great is harmony, great is flourishing, great is gratitude, great is service, greatest enlightenment, great is love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, greatest flourishing, greatest gratitude, greatest service, greatest enlightenment, greatest love, greatest forgiveness, greatest compassion, greatest light, greatest humility, greatest harmony, greatest flourishing, greatest gratitude, greatest service, greatest enlightenment, greatest forgiveness. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you, you forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Keep tracing. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, the Tao. Thank you, the Source, all layers of heaven and the universe, our spiritual mothers and fathers, soul, mind, and body of Master Sha, for bringing this Tao calligraphy and Tao field to us. All the souls that have come for our forgiveness practice, all the souls that have been able to forgive us, all of our ancestors, sacred calligraphy of Da'ai, all the sacred mantras that we've been chanting, and our own souls for bringing us here on this journey. We love you, we honor you, and we appreciate you. We can't thank you enough for this sacred practice, for allowing us to go deeper into our forgiveness practice, for allowing us to open our hearts more, for allowing us to embody the 10 Daws. We're so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We ask all the souls that joined us for our forgiveness practice to please respectfully return or to stay until the end of the practice before returning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want you to sit quietly once you've finished the sacred path, finish tracing the calligraphy. And then we're just going to sit for a minute in silence and absorb the energy, absorb the frequency, the Tao frequency and vibration, and the greatest love vibration into our abdomen. So just keep your eyes closed and breathe it in. One of the sacred practices that Master Sha has just taught us is to breathe into your belly, hold it for a count of 2, and then breathe out. Da, 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 I. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. And say da, 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 I. How? Does anybody want to share that forgiveness practice? My mouth is dry. Sorry, I'm going to sip on some tea. Anybody feel any different in that forgiveness practice than one that we've done before? Were you able to go deeper?
Hey, Lydia.
Hey, beautiful lady. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better.
Nice.
When you said, what was it about? I suddenly am healed, something like that.
Yeah, suddenly I am healed.
Suddenly I'm healed. Yeah,
Yep.
that really resonated with me because I keep falling back into how sick I am and how horrible I feel and how I'm not getting better.
Mm,
And I know it's not right, but it's
yeah.
you know, that pattern is running me a lot of times. So that one really, yeah, I think will be helpful for me. And I felt some energy moving
Okay.
to
So
practice. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. So here's what you can do to help yourself, Karen, too. Get little sticky notes and post them all over the place, wherever you go, the bathroom mirror, kitchen cupboard when you open it up, the fridge, and put those notes everywhere so that you see them constantly. Suddenly I am healed, because then that's what's going to be coming into your field every time you see it and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has such a powerful frequency to it, just
Yeah.
those few little words.
Yep. You're claiming it. You're claiming
Yeah.
it into the universe. Suddenly I am healed. The more you
Yeah.
say it, then the more you'll manifest it, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I know you were on mute tonight because you weren't feeling well, so I appreciate you unmuting. How about you ladies? Sandra, Crystal, Janice, still with me?
I'm here. I just feel very peaceful.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
me too. That was nice. I'm definitely going to listen to that again.
Okay, good. So you were able to go deeper?
Yeah, I was nice and relaxed.
Okay, that's what I was hoping, is that we could go a little deeper
Mm-hmm.
in our forgiveness practice. And Crystal, you unmuted there for a minute.
I feel completely relaxed right now. And
Beautiful.
I stood up tracing, and I could almost like feel the energy between my hands and or like heat and everything.
Beautiful. Well, that's good. That's wonderful. Okay, what I think